client, Marian Ture. Hey, what's up?
I'm good.
You look good.
Thank you.
What are these called?
Today it looks like we're wearing purple-ish stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was well called.
I'm learning from you.
How can you learn from me?
Hey.
I'm a chick. How can a guy learn from a chick?
But when I look at the trends, trending.
Yeah, when it's trending on social media, I'm trending.
Anyway,
I like that. I wanted to ask you, do you know Fauster Mensa?
Yeah, I know. The Nobel liar.
See?
The Nobel liar. Jesus. I don't want to say.
So say.
I've heard of him. He's such a great space engineer or aeronautical space scientist, whatever.
See,
I can't believe it.
I know, he's been trending on social media for a long time now. It's amazing that one human being can decide that I want to be X a person.
Yeah.
But my life hasn't taken me there yet. So I will create a persona.
Yeah.
And call him Fauster Mensa.
Yeah.
Create Wikipedia, links, Facebook. I mean,
yeah, I know.
Systematic. I don't know if this guy actually applied the brain power, the ingenuity with which he used to do this to come and help Mother Ghana. I'm sure these economic problems would have ended by now.
It's amazing.
I know. So let's perhaps if Pastor Mama is listening, perhaps we should hire the services of Fauster.
You should be a Nobel laureate.
I should Marian Ture on Laureate Interactive.
You should be. Do you know what I mean?
Jeez, but it is amazing how someone can go that far.
That's right.
And actually to fool our national television station into giving him an interview, a whole audience. It is amazing.
I must say that social media also played a huge part in tracking him down, really.
Well, yes, so the thing that made you is the same thing that brings you down, ultimately.
Right.
I'm just, the whole thing, I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah,
everybody's talking about
let's
it.
Let's hear more of the fascination. I hope
show
you get
more of it. I hope you glue.
Yeah, so let's hear you.
So, wherever you are, welcome to your interactive show, and my name, as always, is Marian Ture. So welcome to tonight's show. You've already heard the precursor with Steve. Let me introduce you to all the social media tools that you need to get in touch with the show. After all, that is how you get in touch with us and we amplify your voice. Facebook.com/joinnews on TV. You'll find us there. Like the page, comment on all the posts we put there. We'll amplify your voice by sharing what you share with us with the rest of the world. Join News on TV at JN Interactive GH, at MN Ture. 3 Twitter handles, all at the ready, just to take your tweets, retweet, and share them with the rest of the world. Join News IM at mototvworld.com will be our email address. Send all your emails there, and we will also share with the rest of the world. 054-010-9009. It's our WhatsApp number. Send us all your WhatsApps, and we will take them live here on the show. And JN Interactive, as always, is where tech meets news to set the agenda. And oh boy, has tech actually met news. Tonight on the show, I am talking about, or should I say, celebrating Ghanaian ingenuity. Essentially, we will be talking about one man who has become an overnight sensation. I must add, he has become very popular on social media, at least over the last 3 weeks. And his name, Fauster Mensa. My brother and colleague Abdul Hayy Momin actually hosted him on his show Moment Tonight, and I want you to take a listen to the introduction that Fauster received, and it was about 3 minutes long, if I'm not exaggerating. Let's take this.
Tonight we're going to talk about a young Ghanaian-born computational mathematician. He is an applied scientist, engineer, physicist and computer scientist. He is best known for cryptography and modern computing. He was born surrounded by books. His father, a great professor of mathematics, laid a legacy for him. He started his school program at a very early stage and was trained equally both under the Francophone and Anglophone disciplines, a credit to his educational versatility. He attended the Adisade College in Cape Coast, Ghana, where he obtained his high school diploma certificate. He holds a Master's of Science degree in Computer Science in a related field which involves the study of programming and computer engineering. He also holds several professional information technology certifications from the computer technology industry. His scholarly activities include research in artificial intelligence, publications in professional and refereed journals, and presentations at international conferences. His areas of research range from designing algorithms to robotics planning and coordination to exploring the role of technology in education in developing communities. His professional interests include managing aerospace, computing, engineering, robotics, project management, mechatronics, automated reasoning, computational complexity, and capacity building in Africa. He is an Internet Governance Ambassador and Information Security Specialist, known to be a resource person for the development of the National Cybersecurity Policy and Strategy in Africa. Now, in 2009, he was appointed as the chair of the African Computer Scientists Association, also known as AXA Africa. The Inter-System Corporation, a global provider of advanced technologies for breakthrough applications, announced him as a winner of the African Computer Science Students Programming Competition at the AU Annual Global Summit 2010 General Conference at Addis Ababa in Ethiopia in April 7, 2010. Now, the annual award recognizes outstanding student programmers on the continent who develop innovative applications. Tonight, on Moment Night, we present to you Fauster Atamensa, a computer scientist.
Wow, that introduction, I don't know, it begs not just applause, it begs a standing ovation. To think that a man, you know, a young man in his early 30s would have achieved all of that. I don't know, if I were there, I probably would stand and applaud and open my mouth out, you know, wide, just to say, oh my God, did he actually achieve that? And that was the introduction he got. So I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I am amazed. I am so amazed. That was how the acclaimed Ghanaian scientist was introduced when he appeared on the show on the state broadcaster GBC. And apparently GBC was not the only entity who have fallen, you know, to Fauster's charms, or should I say his achievement. The Church of Pentecost has also been basking in the glory of the award-winning scientist since he, you know, came to light that his late father was once a missionary of the church. But the curious thing about his achievement is that most of us in the media had never heard of him until he appeared on GTV. So we hit the streets and we found out, but we'll bring you that later. But I want you to take a listen to the interview that he had with Abdul Hayy Momen and marvel some more, okay? Just jaw-dropping, marvel some more. When we come back, we'll go and hit the streets and take the comments that have been dropping in.
For such a young man like you, and for the things that I have just been telling our viewers about you, it's amazing. And I'm tempted to ask you the question where the journey started. But I don't get it. You're a Ghanaian, born in Ghana, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So tell me about it. You were born in Ghana. How?
I was born in Ghana, and my father is a missionary. You know, he was a missionary on mission board. Church of Pentecost. His name is Kwame Kwame Mensah.
You know, and I simply, you know, it's hazy for me now. I don't know where to start from, because you also have won a Nobel Award.
Yeah.
A Nobel at your age.
Yeah.
Tell me, how did you do it? What's your story?
I always wanted to develop machines, especially robotics. And my aim was to develop mechatronics, either Android or humanoid machine robotics, or automated reason, what we call artificial intelligence today. You know, so I've tried the first test and I failed. But the second test, I have a good friend who was quite good. He's American. He's an American. So he helped me to build it, a robot hand that could be able to, that could help, you know, stroke patients to serve themselves coffee, you know. So the project was taken to Johannesburg, and they took it to the Science Exploration Center. So evaluations took place, and they examined it well, and they saw that, they realized that no, the work was good. So I have to take the prize.
You took a Nobel Prize.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, and my producers were not patient, and they started playing those pictures already. But there are pictures of you winning several awards, which we will be showing our viewers later. How did you do it? Now you were telling me about mechatronics and all those big words, but it all starts with mathematics.
Oh yeah.
How did you do it? Tell me.
You know, mathematics was very big. Question to me. You know, I always wanted to solve problems. You understand?
And you know, we have some pictures of you from the time you were just about to leave Ghana, and immediately when you left Ghana, and then all the things that happened. And if those pictures are ready, my producers will get them playing, and then I'll be asking you what you were doing in you know, there was one of those pictures where you seem to be wearing some suits.
Aeronautics. Yeah.
What was that?
Okay, that was a virtual center, virtual training center. It wasn't space. You know, that's where we train ourselves as scientists, especially for those who are into the aeronautics. You know,
okay, so we have some of those pictures here, and those pictures we credit them to NASA.
Yeah, that's the shock on my face. So how did Fauster, I don't know, did he actually find a loose opportunity somewhere and then capitalize on it to trick the whole nation? How did he do that into believing that he was such a renowned scientist? And what did he hope to even achieve ultimately with all these tricks? OMG, that is, I mean, the biggest sigh that I could ever utter right now. But before I came on air, I tried to reach out to Abdul Mumin, who is the host of the show, and Mumin 24 today on BBC, on GBC 24, and he was willing to speak to me, but because he works for an organization, which is the GBC, if they haven't given him authority to talk about it, he cannot, and so he had to decline speaking to me about it. But I wondered how the whole thing came about, and from what he was saying, it's something that perhaps we won't all know about until he comes out to speak about it. So we are hoping that he will break his silence very soon and tell us how an entire station, a national broadcaster, could actually be fooled into giving such a guy airtime to blow our minds with lies like that. It's amazing. But I'd like for you to know we have reached out to him, and he wouldn't speak on the issue unless GBC has actually come out to give him the authority to do so. When he does, we will speak to him about it. We will hit social media before we go and take the video blogs. A lot of you have been commenting on it. You've been telling us what you think about the situation. In fact, I have a headache thinking about it. That if it were me in that situation, what would I be thinking? What would I be doing right now? It also begs into question, did the producers actually investigate this properly before they broke it? Or was it a rush to break something to say, okay, we want to be the first to go ahead, and so let's do this? You would never know until the gentleman actually breaks his silence on this issue. But I'll take some of your comments that have been coming through before we take some of your views that we sought on the streets of Accra. Prince just says, mischief. I'm sure that's the only thing you can muster courage to say at this moment. Comfort Yajiman, I don't even know who he is. You don't know? Well, Google him. Most of the things he put up have been deleted, and so we won't have anything to tell you on that. Adnan Abdul says, there's absolutely nothing to say about this, his real identity. He's just a phony creature who has taken an undue advantage of the gullibility of the Ghanaians with his knowledge in Photoshop and web designing. Like someone said, he simply created a CNN account using Google's Get Africa Online, created a WordPress post, added his name to the list of Nobel Prize winners, got to OMG Ghana, created a profile for himself at academia.edu and fooled the Pentecost Church of Ghana. Many other Ghanaians through the national television. Simple, simpliciter. Yeah, I like that. Ah, well, I think he's achieved and deserves another of the Volta, really. I mean, for fooling us, yeah, perhaps for fooling us, we should give him an award, but it's truly amazing. Rose says, I don't know him. Well, at least by the time we posted this, we hadn't come on air yet. There was about 5 minutes to that, so now you know him. You know who he is. Michael Obing says, I don't even know him. Michael, you know him now. Belinda says, a typical Ghanaian as he is, I smell mischief. Well, the mischief has been uncovered. Fongo Abdul says, who are we talking about here? Now you know, Fauster Atamensa, that's his name. And he is a Nobel Prize laureate. In quotes, I should say. Newton says, Fauster Atamensa is a self-proclaimed Nobel Prize laureate, NASA consultant, and a whole lot of other impressive non-existent titles. This guy managed to fool the GTV with poorly done Photoshop pictures, fake CNN pages, and got himself an interview which was aired on national TV. Kudos to him. Applaudisse, Fauster. That's from me and my team to you. George says, it's interesting how a Ghanaian won a Nobel Prize and no one heard of it. I know, right? I'm sure someone would have heard and said something. Emmanuel says, who is he? Emmanuel, you know now. Nuakpo, when? I've not heard of him before. We need more briefing, please. You have been briefed. Consider this a briefing on Fauster. And Des Daddy says the GTV current affairs should receive a massive shake-up. GTV, GBC, Don Chive, kindly do something. Don't pick only English students for the newsroom business. Okay. Michael says, a Ghanaian, but with mystery surrounding him. I think God should be the judge. Really? This one doesn't need God to be the judge. I mean, we all know what happened here. So Bernard says, superb. That is not a problem at all. Kulo Issa bin Ali. I don't know him at all. Issa, now you know him. You know Fauster. Bernard Kwame Hart says, he is the false astronaut who claimed he's traveled to space and has deceived Ghanaians. Pity he was granted airtime on the whole national television in Ghana. Poor Ghanaians always believing weird things. There's nothing wrong with believing weird things because some of the weird things end up being true. But sometimes I think we have to slow down a bit in the way we break stories and bring people on air. And it is to all of us. We all work in the media, so I'm sure that we've all learned a lesson from this and we have taken a cue from it. It won't just go to GTV, it will go to all of us across the board. Roland Yabua says, I heard of him, but up to now, I doubt his identity, and I'm glad your thoughts have been confirmed. Issa says, Mariam, you have been superb in your work, but today your Jane Interactive is not. But good evening. Really? Oh, no. I believe it is. It was trending, so hey, we are also trending with it. And Don Rogers says, I've never heard of him. Since when did he win the Nobel Prize, and of which category? Well, now you know. He's won the entire thing. There's no category. He's just won for science, for space discovery, for working at NASA, for being the youngest and the only Ghanaian to have won that. So now you know his achievements. Samuel says, Fauster Atamensa. It's a self-proclaimed, okay, I think I've heard that, and it was also on ameyadebra.com. Emmanuel said, a Ghanaian from where and what Ghanaian language can he speak? But Marian, I need your contacts so you can give me some info, okay? I'm sure you can drop their information there. If you have any juice that we need, the email addresses are there, our social media handles are ready. You will find me at MNTure on Twitter. You can follow, I'll follow back, and you can direct mail me whatever details that you need to. sent me. Baba Musa Tamale says he should be called Fauster Atamensa instead of Foster Atamensa. A play on words there. And I'm hoping that our video blogs are ready so that we can take them in the next few minutes before we go. Musa says, I did not hear of this all-important Nobel Prize, but congratulations, really. Yeah, congratulations to him. Christian Salvo, good evening, Marian. Well, as for me, I don't know the man you're talking about, but all the same, I must congratulate him. Well, your congratulations are not in order this time, Christian. I'm sure you've heard the whole news by now, so he doesn't deserve that. Sedem says, another Ghanaian joke of an institution. No sense of due diligence. Henry, he needs to be lashed for deceiving the public. Majid Audu, yes, the Nobel Prize space scientist. So tell me more about him. Such a big liar and fraudster. Haruna says, he is supreme. Okay, blogs have dropped in now. Let's go and hear what you have been sharing with us on social media.
He wants to be famous, so maybe with the current issues in Ghana, everything is hot now. He would like to maybe calm things down. I don't see the impact on we Ghanaians. It's a personal issue, so if he has done anything wrong, then it is against the maybe international award organizers.
I call it impersonating, the wannabe type. Sometimes that's what they do. They wish to create controversies for themselves, to become famous in a way.
No news is good news. Bad news travel fast. It takes a time to build a reputation, but one crime spoil it. If you are not a scientist and you want Ghanaians to know that you are a scientist, now what do you want the country? A liar. It's not somebody we move.
I think what he's done is very uncalled for, and it's a fraudulent act. And I think he should be given the necessary punishment to serve as a deterrent for the other upcoming journalists.
This is an impersonification, and then it's criminal. It's wrong on his part, and he has to be taken to book for that.
Yep, so that is what you've been sharing with us. That's why we dropped the curtains for today. Thank you for all your comments that have come through. I'm still amazed about Fauster though, but I'm sure we'll continue the conversation on social media. That's why I dropped the curtains. Steve is back. We can wrap up together. Steve, you heard a comment.
Yes, I did.
I'm amazed.
Well, that's Ghana for you. It's easy. You should be a Nobel laureate, maybe Nobel something in. No,
I want the real one. So let's pray that I get the real one. This is laureate that won't come and then it comes and it hasn't come. I don't want that one.
Right. So on News at 8, Israelite will be bringing you stories, including the Judgment Debt Commission looking into how one individual managed to successfully claim over 1.4 million Ghana cedis from the state for the destruction of shops originally estimated at around 400,000 Ghana cedis. And that's it. A lot more of the stories will be on News at 8 with Israelite. And up next is Joy News Exclusive. My name is Stephen Anti.
My name is Marian Ture. Have a good evening. We shall see you again same time tomorrow.
Good evening.
Enjoy the rest of our programs.